Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Typhoon,
and Digging Rich,
broadcasting live from the wonderful city of Cincinnati, Ohio. This is the show that you have been waiting for.
This is the life with Typhoon and Digging Rich that you've seen for the past couple of hours. You've heard about it. It's finally here. Our interview with the one and only, the sensational, I can't find enough words to describe how awesome he is, Matthew Solomon of Bravo TV's Candy Factory.
Definitely, and it's a show that we've been looking forward to. We've been listening to the song. It's a song that I know I've got memorized pretty much, and a lot of people in Cincinnati, in particular with several different community types, find this song quite interesting, Rich.
I actually find it to be quite inspirational nationwide.
So, with that said, we've got several questions, but what we're going to do is we're going to bring Matthew Solomon live on the air for you, and we're going to ask him some questions, get to know him, and let you get to know him as well. Rich?
Let's take it away. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, the next voice you hear will be that of Mr. Matthew Solomon. Matthew, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Hi, I'm so happy to talk to you guys. Hello, Cincinnati, Ohio. What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
That's right, Matthew. So how is it in Hollywood, California for you today?
It is great. I was actually just stopping to some radio stations, but now I'm just at my friend's house, and I'm just blasting my song. I love it. How are you guys doing?
We're doing
fabulous.
Fabulous and / wonderful. We actually went out and did a remote broadcast last night, which was fun.
It was awesome. I'm still overwhelmed by how exciting this is. This has been the past 24 hours. It's just incredible.
So, Matthew, question for you here. When you initially applied for the Candy Factory, did you have any idea that you were going to win or even be selected for the show?
No way. When I first auditioned, I was really nervous, but I kind of, I laid it all out on the table and, just was myself, and the producers liked me, so I got picked, and I was very nervous. But once I was, notified that I was the top 2 going to Atlanta, my nerves kind of settled down, and I realized that, this is my chance, and I have to do it, and I can't blow it.
Definitely. So, now once you found out that you were going to Atlanta, and your nerves were shot, you can't blow this, you got there. What was the first thing that actually went through your mind when you got off the plane and you were there, you were on the set? What was going through your mind?
First off, I was like, oh my gosh, this is my one shot. And then second off, I was going to meet the real housewife of Atlanta, Candy Burris. I mean, it was crazy.
We love her.
I absolutely love her.
Yeah.
I would love to meet her in person one day. She's a phenomenal young lady.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
She's wonderful. So, now, once you're there and you've got all that set up, you're ready to go, I want to know specifically something inside you, in your mind, your heart, your soul. What inspired you to push yourself to say that I'm going to overcome this, I'm going to win this competition? What was your driver? What was your motivation for that?
Well, knowing that it was going to be on Bravo TV, I knew that, my dad was going to see the show, and I knew that a lot of teens my age and a lot of, adults are struggling with, loss in their life, if it's their dad, if it's their mom, girlfriend, boyfriend. And I've always, growing up, I've wanted to be a role model for people. So I decided when I went to Atlanta, I didn't want to make it half an ass job. I really wanted to go there and, do it for all the underdogs and just really pull it together and keep going, after all the crying and crying, just, keep going and just not give up.
All right, definitely, and that's actually a phenomenal thing to think of, say, okay, grow up, I want to be a role model, and this is what I want to do to achieve that.
So, Matthew, now that you have the song Take That out on iTunes, it's all over YouTube, is this a possible start to your career in music? What are your plans?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've got lots of great feedback. I'm getting a lot of producers are hitting me up, and they're liking the song. I actually can't really say the name, but I have a really big producer talking to me now, and he's really liking the song, and he might want to do, the next record with me, and he's, one of the top rappers. So I'm very excited about that, and oh my gosh, this is really surreal for me.
Well, that's definitely awesome. Hopefully there's a possible nationwide tour in the future, and perhaps maybe a stop in Cincinnati?
Definitely, we definitely would love to have you in Cincinnati. But
I was to perform at one of your clubs.
actually, should say this probably. There's actually a club here that one of my business partners, one of my employees, has actually been discussing and trying to see if they would bring you in to maybe do a performance for them. One of the biggest clubs we have in Cincinnati, actually.
The sky's the limit, pretty much.
So, Matthew, now take that is a song from what I've heard personally. It relates to my personal life a lot, in particular childhood growing up. I've noticed the song, says middle finger up, and it talks about love and the father figure per se. In your personal life, growing up, was your father there, or was it like that false love, or like, okay, well, because this is your lifestyle, or you choose to be alternative, you choose to be a punk rock, or whatever the lifestyle may be, I'm just going to pretend that I love you and not have any issues, or was he there or wasn't he there?
It was actually really hard. Growing up, when I was like 1 to 10 years old, he was there for me. I used to go to his house. My parents were divorced, but I used to always go to his house, and we used to make pizza together, and we used to always do a lot of activities together. So I have a lot of great memories with him. So it was very hard just one day him skipping town and leaving my mother with 3 children on her own. So it was really hard for me, and I love my mom dearly, and I really hate seeing my mom suffer. And over the years, my mom has suffered a lot, trying to raise us, trying to support us in all our activities, and trying to be the best mom she can be. So it was just really hard seeing my mom go through that, and it just made me have a lot of anger towards my father, and I just never knew how I could express it. And I'm just so happy that Candy, channeled my the loss of my father into a song, because I just think it's great.
And that's what I thought. It was really, really great. And I will say this bluntly on the air. My partner was like, you have to watch this show. And I'm like, it's probably going to be another American Idol. Well, then I started watching it. The first 5 minutes of the show, I got intrigued and interested. And I saw you and your competitor. And what caught me more than anything was when you were in the studio, learning your choreography and how hard he was on you. And then the 100 sit-ups, and then that you had that like emotional struggle, or that breakthrough per se with yourself when you were outside and you were on the phone and you were like all emotional, but yet I could see right there that something said, okay, no, you know what? No, this may be hard, this may be a struggle, but I'm still going to push through, and I'm going to be who I am, and I'm going to win this competition. And after that, you turned it around, and then your performance was, off the charts.
Hands down,
Off the charts. And that's something that I like to see in people. I like people, that say, okay, yeah, I may be dealing with this or that, but you know what? This is what my goal is. And then I'm going to push that. And that's what inspired me about you.
Thank you. My motto is you got to grab your balls and just do it.
Grab your balls and just do it. And
I love that motto.
And technically speaking, they did make you grab your balls and do it on the show.
And we do have a couple of fan questions that just popped up that was submitted via email. One fan would like to know, aside from music, what is your favorite activity or hobby?
I love acting. Before I started singing, I was into theater. I was into acting. So right now I'm auditioning for some parts on some television roles, and I'm doing some theater. So I'm getting into that side, and I also want to, do some modeling. I just want to do it all. I also love hanging out with friends. I love meeting new people. Love experiencing different cultures, and having different kinds of food. I love Indian food. I love Chinese food. I love Mexican food. I love meeting new people, and I love different cultures. It's pretty simple.
That is awesome. And I'm sure a lot of the fans appreciate you being so open-minded and willing to experience new things and new experiences. And that is motivation not only for yourself, but for other people as well who might be going through the same struggles as you did.
Yeah,
Agreed. Well, Matthew, one more question here for you. Now, when you were on the show, The Candy Factory, what was the hardest thing for you with that show? If you had one thing to pick that was harder than anything.
Putting a whole show together in under 6 days, that was basically the hardest thing because I've never done anything like that. And I had to record my song. I had to, do the choreography, and I had to. We only got a certain amount of time to, learn the choreography, and a certain amount of time to go in the studio. So it was a really hard struggle for me to, get everything together because, as you can tell, the first time I got up on the stage, it didn't really go that well. So I was like, oh no, I have a show in less than 5 days now. Am I going to pull this off? So I started doubting myself. But I just had to, keep my focus and, keep my motivation and my passion strong. And in the end, I just rocked out and did it.
You did. You did rock out. And now, like, I can say, okay, I can put a whole show together in less than 24 hours, but I do it on an everyday basis. It's my career. But for people that same with Dig and Rich, but people that we know that aren't in our industry, television or radio, when we say, okay, well, we're going to do this or, audition for this or that, they flip out. And I've noticed it's people's biggest struggle.
Yeah, because people feel that, it's just easy. I'm just going to go in and it's just going to be easy. People don't realize that it does take a lot of work. There's a lot that people don't see that goes on. And for some people, it can be overwhelming. But for other people like yourself, you just take it by the balls and go with it.
Definitely.
Exactly.
And so with that said, Matthew, you've been a great inspiration to myself personally, and it's going to actually take my company in a direction that is a very positive direction. I will say that.
Absolutely. I have to agree.
So, but with that said, I don't have any more questions.
Well, there's only one question I have left. Who feels like hearing that song, that famous song, Take That?
I do. And Matthew, can you stay on the line with us for a second? All right. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Matthew Solomon live from Bravo TV's Candy Factory. And with that, here's his #1 hit single, Take That.
Middle finger up. Whoa. Middle finger up. Oh. Middle finger up. Oh. Middle finger up. Whoa. I had a mean old daddy that treated me bad when I was a kid. He let me down and broke my heart.